What did I get up to in September? Well, let's get caught up, shall we? September means a new season of fantasy football, and more important than having a good draft is having a cool logo. So I sussed that out first thing. Political debate season was also upon us in September and generated the usual memes and opinions. And in what will be its very last mention in these videos of the month, I achieved my best score ever in Immaculate Grid, and I am now semi-retired with this Hall of Fame number that I put up here, a 13. And while we're talking baseball, September brought out the Diamond Days for me in a big way, beginning with razzing my Yankee fan friend Carlos about the supposed American League MVP Aaron Judge striking out 5 times in one game, earning himself the extremely rare platinum sombrero. Accepting for Mr. Judge was the aforementioned Yankee superfan Carlos Fonte, who did not see the funny in my razzing. Also on the subject of baseball, our QBH film was accepted into 2 more film festivals, one here in Long Island and another across the ocean in Italy. So this prompted a new set of lobby cards to be printed, displaying all of our festival laurels to date, and a behind-the-scenes explainer on the back of the cards. This month also saw the 500th game played in my Stratomatic baseball replay of the 2020 MLB season. And for the unanointed, that's what the Stratomatic is. It's a tabletop baseball simulation played with the same kind of dice that determines the outcome in Dungeons & Dragons games. So my kids have nicknamed my pastime as Dugouts and Dragons. Hilarious. But anyway, quite the milestone 500 games is. I don't think I've ever gone this far in 40 years of playing, until I realized that it meant that I only had 1,930 more games to play to finish that season. So there's a goal to accomplish before I die. Last baseball notes here, I swear. Carol Thomas and I took in a Sunday game at Citi Field between the Mets and the Cincinnati Reds, and we must have worked our uniquely wonky mojo because the Mets lost for the first time in 9 games, thanks to us, I have to imagine. But we had a great time despite the loss, and for this particular game, the Mets had several children from a local Make-A-Wish hospital group draw the Mets players' headshots for use on the Diamond Vision screen when those players came to bat, and the drawings were spectacular. Here's a little sample. They were awesome. The remainder of September was a wild and wacky playoff chase that ended with the Mets going to the postseason, which will no doubt bring me endless agita for the whole month of October. I finally saw a hockey game at the newish UBS Arena right down the road in Elmont, taking in a preseason tilt between the Islanders and the Devils, 2 teams that I happen to loathe as a diehard Rangers fan. But I didn't let that ruin the view from the incredible seats that we had, and the building is absolutely beautiful. The Islanders' goals celebration, though, is hopelessly goofy. Give me the Rangers' goal song any day of the week over this. And alas, September is also the month when we commemorate 9/11, and this year, the town had sand sculptors come in and make a beautiful piece to remember the fallen from 23 years ago. The ceremony is always a beautiful way to remember that solemn day.
So thank you to each and every one of you.
Last but not least, my sister Kathy's dog Zoe made her first appearance on Instagram, and she is an absolute cutie. And I think everything is going to be coming up Zoe in the near future for my sister and her lovely pooch. Well, that's September. With any luck, I'll see you in a few weeks with my on-time October wrap-up. Can you believe it? See you then.